Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushua Bashem, Rachakadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well and taught us his truth and warned us of the things to come, the things you see happening in real time that are written of in the Bible. The prophecies such as World War III, the mark of the beast, which is the microchip. You so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos being the real Hebrew Israelites spoken of in the Bible. People that don't look like so-called black, Native American, Latinos, but they actually are Hebrew Israelites. The name of the Heavenly Father, first and foremost, which is Yahweh, and His Son, which is Yahushua. Peace and salutations to the whole elect out there pushing this truth and sincerity. The water for which I do, we love you and we appreciate you to the spirit Yahweh, Yahushua, and Shalom. Quick lesson, alright? We are the Hebrew Israelites. We are the Hebrew Israelites. You so-called blacks, Native American, and Latinos, and the ones of you who do not look like so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos, you are the Hebrew Israelites if you feel like this resonates with your spirit. Alright, because you have those out there who don't look like the typical so-called black, Native American, or Latino, but they feel like this is the truth. They know this is the truth, and they have the spirit, and their bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which Jacob had his name later changed to Israel. You make up the 12 tribes of Israel, all right, and that's who we are. We're here to protest that and claim that name, Yasharallah in the Hebrew, all right. Israel is Yasharallah in the Hebrew. It means he is the Prince of God. He is the Prince of Power. Alright. So I got a few quick precepts. Alright, on this matter, man, because we are who we say we are. What happened to us? Well, first off, let's get Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. It says, "And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee." Because the Most High gave us our heritage. He named us after himself. And it says, "And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies." It says, "I will cause you to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever." Okay, so let's break that down. "And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage." Now, we were going around calling ourselves blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos. And if you are of the other nations, but you are of the nation of Israel, you're calling yourself Chinese, African, East Indian, Arab, Korean, Philippine, Chinese, right? You said that, right? Japanese. And whatever nation you think that you're from, we discontinue from our heritage. The so-called white man beat that heritage out of us, man. Alright, during the times of slavery. We don't know where they're Israelites anymore. We're calling ourselves black. Black means to be in mourning. Black means filthy, unholy, evil, stressed, depressed. So why are you calling yourself a nation of depressed people? No, you're Yasharallah, the princes and princesses of the Heavenly Father. It says, "And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not." Do we not serve our enemies in a land that we were kidnapped and brought to? So this is talking about us. This book is ours. It wasn't written by the so-called white man. They just used it against us. That's all. I can take your gun from you and shoot you with your own gun, but it was your gun to begin with. So we're going to go to Genesis chapter 15, verse 13. Alright, because he says the same thing It says the same exact thing, man. It says, and he said unto Abram, all right, this is talking about the Heavenly Father. He said unto Abram, which his name was changed to Abraham, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs. See, our forefathers go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because we are that seed that shall be a stranger in a land that is not ours. All right. It goes on to say, and shall serve them. He's talking about um this is a prophecy talking about how we're gonna serve our enemies, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Now, were we not afflicted 400 years and more? Yeah, of course, because we are His seed, man, and that promise was told to Abraham that was gonna happen, and it happened. First under the Egyptians, which are the Hamites, and now under Esau. We have always been the ones in slavery for doing what? For fucking up. Going back to Jeremiah, right? For fucking up. Jeremiah 17:4. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage. So you won't be calling yourself a Hebrew Israelite, you'll be calling yourself something else. That I gave thee, alright, the Most High gave us that name. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land that thou knowest not. So we are brought to a land that we don't know nothing of to serve our enemies. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. See? That means we broke the law, statutes, and commandments, and he punished us for it. Just like, all right, he's the heavenly Father, just like your mortal father and mom and parents. You know, they're gonna punish you for something that you did that you weren't supposed to do. They're gonna whip that ass. They're gonna put you in timeout. That's what the Most High does. We do something wrong, he punishes us for it. Let's get that in Amos chapter 3, verse 1. It says, hear this word that the Lord Yahweh, all right, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai being who you call Jesus Christ. So let's read that again. Hear this word that the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai has spoken against you, O children of Israel. All right, you so-called blacks, Native American, and Latinos, and those of you who don't look like a so-called black Native American or Latino, but your seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It says, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up out of the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. See? So he punished us. How did he punish us? Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. Now we just read that we will serve our enemies in a land that we didn't know, right? Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Now the first time when we got into Egypt, we didn't go by ships, all right? And the second time we went into Egypt, all right, it was America, because the second time we went into slavery by ships, because the word Egypt means slavery or bondage. That's what the word Egypt means. All right, it goes back to the Greek word Egyptos, which means bondage. All right, so it's not talking about the land of Egypt, which is in Africa. We already served that slavery, and you don't need a ship to get to Africa, to get to Egypt from Israel. So when we went to captivity again, it was in America. We went how? By slave ships. All right. It says, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Going back to what he said before in Genesis 15 and 13. He said that we will be in a land that that is not ours, and we will serve our enemy. And then Jeremiah 17:4 said that we will be serve our enemy in a land that we didn't know. They brought us here on ships to a land that we didn't know, and we served our enemies in slavery. It goes on to say, thou shalt see it no more again, meaning talking about Israel. All right, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies, for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you, meaning no man shall save you. So who were we brought on ships to? Who were we, Salahia? Who were we taken? Who took us, all right, and brought us to by ships into Egyptos, which is bondage, to a land that we didn't know, which is America, and who made us serve them as bondmen and bondwomen? The so-called white man, which is Esau according to the Bible, because the word Esau goes back to the Hebrew word Ashashua, all right, which means wasted away is he. And when you look at them, they look wasted away because they have no melanin in their skin. So-called black man has all the melanin. So-called Latino and Native American men and women have all the melanin. All right, melanin is life. It protects you from all sorts of things. But the so-called white man who is Esau, Ishashua, wasted away is he. He's wasted away. He has no life in him. Right? And then he had his name later. Esau had his name later changed to Edom. Yeah, Edom, which means a red, because they're Edomites. All right, and they like their steak and their meat rare, which is that's why he had his name changed, because of the raw meat he ate. And that's what Esau does. He's a damn vampire and likes to eat raw meat, bloodthirsty, and when you look at them, they're not white as the background may appear to be. No, they're red, and that's what the word Edom means. It means red. All right, so so there's no way of getting around this, man. We are the Hebrew Israelite. All right, so with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rachakadash. Double honors to my apostles, the elders, a great millstone who taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and citation to the hopeful elect out here pushing this truth and sincerity. The water of which I do, we love you, we appreciate you. To the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and Shalom.